I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. This is a joyous occasion. I spent a lot of time waiting, not doing anything, just waiting, because I had a special package coming. Now, some of you guys have been telling me that I should have one of these for years. And you're right. But it didn't come along at the right time, at the right price, and the right place. So, on February 12th, it did. Yeah, I did say February 12th. And today is March 11th. Yeah, it's a bit of a wait. This package arrived on the porch today. I waited a long time for it. I had noticed it on eBay. And because of a situation at Christmas time, I didn't receive a gift that I was supposed to get. We passed it on. Not a problem with that. The suggestion was made by me that we use that as a gift because I knew the person that would be getting it would like it. Because they're an awful lot like me. And only the good parts. So we passed on the present, and I said, well, I'll just order something else. It's fine. Keep it about the same value. And so I've been looking since Christmas. February 12th, I found something. Not on Marketplace. You can tell by all the brightly colored letters on this thing. It came from that horrible place called eBay. eBay, unfortunately, was a good idea that ended up only partially thought through by both the people who ran it and the people who use it. And I'm including myself in that group. Now hopefully, when I open this package, it's going to be worth the wait. It was supposed to be here no later than February 15th. Yeah, February 15th. That's not far off. I mean, it's only March 11th. So that's only 29 days from the day I bought it. No, excuse me. 28 days from the day I bought it. Because we've got February in there with short days. With short month, which is a short month. But the funny part was, if there is a funny part, and I'm really looking for a funny part here, I'm probably not going to make it, but I'm looking for it with a whole heart. Funny part was where it got messed up. Now the person selling it to me, faithfully, as soon as they got paid, they put it in the mail and it was coming USPS. And I was concerned because USPS and I have not had what I would call a successful relationship. It used to be a thing that I had participated in called Galuta Clause. And Galuta Clause was a group of men, like-minded men, who enjoyed antique woodworking tools. Now, most of them didn't just limit themselves to woodworking tools, but we all tried to have the majority of the operation be involving woodworking tools. And you've seen that I have a great many hand drills and hand saws, and I really enjoyed working with them. Clause, we all paired off and found friends that we wanted to trade tools with, and we would send a package, and hopefully it would arrive by Christmas. USPS never made it. I had them shipped to different countries. I had them shipped to different towns, neighborhoods, around the street on the wrong block. This was a mess. One of the biggest problems I had with eBay is things arrive smashed. And that's totally dependent on the person choosing one shipping company or the other. I have used USPS in the past. You can tell by looking at this package that there has been some rough handling. These holes in here are not from wrapping the thing. It came from Westbrook, Maine. And right here on the address it says Richland, Michigan. That's where I live. As soon as Richard, we're just going to say Richard. As soon as Richard shipped the package, it was sent from Maine to Vermont, and then across into, and I forget the name, I'll have to find that and verify it. I'll put a note, look for a little box on top of the picture. But it went through 3 states and ended up in Indianapolis, Indiana. Indianapolis, Indiana is just a short ways away from me. Huh, look at that. You're not going to believe what I found in the bottom of the box. 10mm socket, 1/4 inch drive, 10mm. I heard rattling when I moved the box around. And so when I opened it, I looked inside and I noticed that something was sticking out one of the little holes in the lid. It was a Mastercraft Pro 10mm socket. That's where they all go to die. They go to eBay and they get lost. Just like this package did. It's probably why I had so much trouble getting the package. If they hadn't had the 10mm socket in there, it would have went right straight to my house. In any case, I wanted to have one of these things for a long time. And some of you may say, oh, that's the wrong one to get because it's big and it's heavy and it's miserable. Well, that might all be true, but it also has a deep cut. The thing I get annoyed with is trying to cut something and then finding out my saw won't reach all the way through. So, this one has a 5-inch reach on a 5-inch width, and it's going to do a good job. Now, first let's see, before I get too happy, let's plug this thing in and make sure it works. Remind me to plug the battery maintainer back in. Okay, well, no pops, no bangs, no booms. No stings. Now perhaps some of you are going to say, well, that one's in really rough shape. And it might be true. Came in at 104 with tax. So, I think I got a good deal. It's a Milwaukee. It's corded. And it's a heavy son of a gun, but I didn't want to have a battery operated one. The reason being, battery operated means that you have to buy a battery, you have to charge the battery all the time. This one has a cord. Not a big fan of cords anymore. I like my hand drills to be battery operated so that I can just go, not have to worry about it. But one that is corded, you plug it in and it just keeps going as long as the power's on. And I understand in today's market and wind powered and sunlight powered operations supplying power makes it unreliable, at best, unreliable. So it's not a perfect world, but I have been dealing with cords for my whole life, and the idea of having a cord doesn't bother me. But this is going to help me with some of my projects that I have coming up, and I'm hoping that I'm happy with it. Now, you're going to say, well, show us how it works. Well, they didn't mention when they sold it that it doesn't have tires on it. This is the kind of saw that has to have tires on it. So I got to order a set of tires. They're cheap. They're on eBay. But I'll see if I can get them someplace else. Maybe Amazon sells tires for it. Amazon's pretty good about delivery. So I'm hoping that I'm not hopping back and forth, because as I'm looking at my picture on the little monitor screen, I'm standing on one side of the shop 1 second and on the other side of the shop the other second. So it's going to be interesting to see how this works out. But there, it's finally here. It's been a month. It got shipped from Indianapolis to New Hampshire. Then it got lost in New Hampshire. Finally, 10 days later, after called and made lots of comments on eBay and checked with USPS, and they said, well, they're doing their very best to get it here on time. And I said, well, I'm not happy. I want my money back. And they said, well, let's give it 5 days. And I said, okay. So I gave it 5 days, and they said, well, it's not here yet, but it's coming. The guy made plans and it should be there on the 12th. So here it is, the 12th, and it's arrived today. Not happy with USPS about anything. They've lost everything at least once. But be that as it may, I now have a saw that works, and I bought blades at Menards. I'm going to see if Menards has tires for these things too. That would be handy. They're just down the road, about 6 miles away, going southwest, straight into tornado weather. So that's where we're at. I got my bandsaw, and Matt, that's something you said I've been needing. I know you thought I was going to get a battery operated saw when I got it, because I've got a lot of battery operated saws. But this one I'm going to be using a lot, and I don't want to have to stop and charge up a battery or find out that the battery's died and it's another $140 to buy a battery. Battery for those things costs more than this whole thing delivered. So we're going to go from here. If you have any suggestions for new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Now, since this is a job that is obviously not done, I'm going to continue getting the parts and pieces needed to make this thing actually work, and then I'll update you on future videos. Thanks for watching.
This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the U.S. or 16 in the European Union without the express written permission of the parents or the legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.